I think I'm a game designer today because of D&D.
As a D&D player, it really excited me that I was going to be able to connect my passion with my work.
I was always the dungeon master. I get real fun out of crafting really amazing experiences for players. My game career and my passion for D&D come back full circle is just amazing. The hardest part about getting a game off the ground is getting people to gather around and want it to be willed into existence. We're not short on ambition at the studio.
We're a small, very, very small studio. There's no red tape. I can come up with an idea on Saturday and on Monday put it in production.
Kevin, the lead designer, and myself, we were like, why not approach Wizards of the Coast to see if we could do a Dungeons & Dragons game? The response I got back from WotC was they just wanted to shut us down, basically. They didn't want us to make a Dungeons & Dragons game, but we wanted to make one. So we pivoted. We're not going to work on a pitch. We're going to make this game as if we're making this game, and let's just go, YOLO.
Since we didn't have that programming power from the start, instead of doing that stuff in pre-prod, we did what we shouldn't do, build as you go.
It's an extremely risky way to make games. But we were very passionate about the brand, so we just kept plowing forward.
Starting to work on a new project, especially when it's an IP that you're basically starting from scratch. This could be absolutely frightening. But in our case, we saw it as an amazing challenge.
We moved super fast, which is why we were able to come up with a game that has a lot of stuff in it.
At that point, it was a top-down action RPG. You would gather up with your friends, you would smash monsters, grab loot, and progress. But it was missing something. It wasn't taking the characters, taking the Forgotten Realms, and rendering them to the level of fidelity that I wanted as a player. But we were still happy with our progress. We were growing as a team. At GDC, we got 6 offers from 6 different publishers to publish the game. Everyone really wanted it. I've been making games for 20 years now. I had never been on the side of a pitch where everyone wants the game.
He'd been working for a year trying to get the gig, risking all his life, trying to get this project going.
Had a meeting with Wizards, and the response was like, well, it's still too small. It's not big enough. Take a different direction. I was just crushed. But there was something that I didn't know that was happening behind the scenes. So a little bit of time went by, and I had a heart-to-heart conversation on the phone with David. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta let us make this game. We really want to make it. Everyone wants in on it. Pick the publisher that you want us to work with. And so they decided, they said, you're not gonna work with any of those publishers. We're gonna publish it with you. From that day on, the game was greenlit, and we went forward with WotC as the publisher and us as the developer.
The team size, when I joined, it was about 11 people to now 60 plus people.
I just said, okay, I'm diving into it. I'm quitting my job. I'm joining you.
We need a diverse cast of characters to represent well the game that we want to make. If you're passionate about your craft, if you're passionate about making games, then that passion is going to come through in the game. But there was one condition when we got greenlit. We're going to double your budget and you're going to go bigger. So like, what are you going to do now that you got to make a bigger and better experience for Dungeons & Dragons?